58 RBIs. That leads the league. First pitch, swing and a miss. Max Williams, and no shocker that Burns starts him off with the high heat.
At 98, so he'll sit between 97 and 99. He'll throw some triple digits at you tonight.
That is hit pretty well to left. Back will go Salvino, and a second pitch home run for Florida State, and here we go.
The ball was carrying last night during batting practice. It was carrying today during batting practice, and it looks like it's going to be carrying tonight during the game. Got the high fastball. If there's one area you look at, it's the amount of home runs that Chase Burns has given up so far this season.
10.
That's a big number.
Yeah. Double digits.
Let the ball get in on him just a little bit. You see the swing up above the waist, and he knows it when he hits it.
So a leadoff home run for Williams. Here's Cam Smith, and that's outside for ball one. Smith hitting .411. 9 home runs of his own, 35 runs driven in. Florida State didn't lose until game 20. Second best start in Florida State history. 19-0 to start the year.
Speaking of power, here's a guy with a bunch.
Delayed strike call by the home plate umpire tonight, Joseph Blumenauer, so 2-1. They count to Cam Smith and a Lake Worth in his second year.
Yeah, that home run came before everybody had settled in and really realized what was going on.
Smith all ACC freshman team last year. 51 starts. That's out of play to even the to make the count full 3-2. And the payoff pitch. That is a bomb to left, and it's out if it's fair. Big if. Foul ball. Not by a whole lot.
Big break because that ball was killed. Slider that stayed up. Slider is a good pitch. If you get it down and away on a 3-2 count, you leave it up in the eyeballs where it doesn't break as much, and it becomes eminently hittable.
So Smith digs back in there, and another 3-2 pitch. On the way from Chase Burns. Struck him out, one away.
And I guess that's about the best illustration of the difference in the locations. Well, the fastball is still the dominant pitch, and the slider number 2, that's what he came over from Tennessee throwing, mostly because he'd been in the bullpen most of the time. The curveball has been a very good addition for him, and a lot more changeups than he threw out of the bullpen.
It was strikeout 106 for Burns on the year. 0-1 now to Tibbs, who again leads the league with 58 runs driven in. And Burns quickly ahead 0-2.
You know, those two pitches, you can't illustrate the difference between what a difference location makes than those two. Slider that stayed up, then he got the breaking ball down and away, gets a strikeout versus a 400-foot foul ball, just barely foul.
0-2 pitch. Didn't go. Those 58 runs driven in. Third in the country. Entering the weekend, Ben Miller at Duke, hitting .452. That didn't miss by a whole lot. Wake wanted it, didn't get it. 2-2.
At 100, everybody, the infielders were all moving around. Burns had started his sword put away. Cam Gill was getting ready to throw.
Instead, we get the 2-2. Now the check swing, full count.
The breaking ball down. That was our first 100 of the night, by the way, the previous fastball.
Missed outside and walked him.
At 101, and there's some chirping going on from the dugout, and Cam Gill said, let's just relax a little bit. So just That's a pretty darn good pitch, but Gill seemed to acknowledge that it missed, but I don't know how you take that one. I guess you can't hit it. You might as well take it.
Here's Ferrer, the left fielder, hitting .315. 8 of the 9 in this lineup hit north of 300 for FSU. Breaking ball there, got him.
Yeah, when you look at their lineup, Tibbs is the guy that you say, okay, let's not let him beat us. You know, let's work around him as much as we can. Let's make somebody else be the guy that does the damage. The problem is they got too many guys that can do damage.
Pretty good move to first to check on Tibbs over there.
Teams were tied in home runs coming into this one. Florida State broke that quickly. I don't think that'll be the last one we see tonight.
Runner goes. That gets by Gill all the way to the screen. Down to second is Tibbs. Ball in the dirt. No, there's no dirt, but
Tibbs was leaning on the previous pitch, and Burns thought about going over there and then picked a good pitch to go on, a breaking ball that was in the dirt as well, or in the turf as well.
And now the 0-2 pitch. That is guided down the first base line. Kurtz cannot come up with it, and everybody's safe. Tough play by Kurtz over there at the bag. That one right down the line. And now the Seminoles with runners on the corners and one away.
It was almost like Nick Kurtz thought that this ball was going to go foul. Probably had some spin on it, too. Just hitting the glove, bounced out, and then started getting caught in those size 14s. And it's a tough error. Not hit that hard, but a ton of spin.
It's been ruled a base hit for now. It's fouled back to the screen by West. Well, Kurtz has not made an error all year, and that's one he'll tell you, hey, I should have had that.
Yeah,
that was not, I don't think that tough of a play, and he wasn't able to make it. West, the catcher, hitting in the 5th spot.
And I guess we're going to get a ball called there on the hitter for not being prepared. Is that? Or a timeout? Just called timeout.
Pitch clock at that point was about at 7. That's pretty close at first as Ferrer gets back on the bag. He's there. Tibbs at third. 1 run in on the leadoff homer by Max Williams. And the 0-1 from Burns. Runner goes from first. That gets out of the mid of Gill behind the plate.
That's the 2 stolen bases. That'll make. That was a foul ball.
Yep, got a piece of it.
All right.
Looks like, yep.
But running, so it looks like Florida State's plan is to be aggressive there. 42 for 46 in stolen bases.
Florida State stole 31 bases all of last year. 41 coming into tonight.
Not sure we have the time to list the differences between last year's Florida State's team and this year's Florida State team.
And Florida State is going to be really good next year as well.
Yes, they will be.
Runner goes on the pitch, again getting away from Gill behind the plate, so Ferrer now is down there at second.
Well, might have crept into the turf, but certainly very near it, and another good pitch to run on.
Base hit can mean 2 more runs for Florida State after the Max Williams home run to start the game off on the second pitch. Struck him out, and there are 2 down.
Or you just go upstairs at 100. That's your other option. So when you got 2 minutes scoring position, let's rear back, play a little country hardball with a shoulder high fastball.
So 2 down for the DH, Marco Dinges, hitting .319, 9 home runs. 2 on, 2 outs, a run in for Florida State here to start the night on a really nice evening here on Friday night in Winston-Salem. There's a off-speed pitch in there for a strike.
Is it fair to quantify that as a knee buckler?
Well, the deal is it's right at 90 miles an hour. That's the hard part about it. Quickly strike 2.
A little bit more spin on that one, even more downer action. Technology tells us that was about 3,000 RPMs.
Gets him swinging. Again, Merrick Houston, the Deacon shortstop, will lead it off. He looks at strike 1. Houston starts the night hitting .333. 4 home runs, 22 runs driven in. Florida native. Swings at a breaking ball, nothing in 2, so Arnold quickly ahead.
Yeah, that's a big sweeping type of slider. Got a lot more vertical or horizontal movement to it.
Really good pitch. Didn't miss by a whole lot. A ball and 2 strikes.
Burns will show you more vertical movement. With Arnold, it's horizontal movement.
Waits a while now on the 1-2 pitch. Stays alive, gets one, a little bit of that one.
Took me a while to catch on to that vertical and horizontal. I called it sideways and up and down for the first couple of years.
1-2 pitch. Struck him out. One away. Good start for Arnold out there.
Now here's a look at the stuff and how much he uses it. And you see he relies on the fastball, and then the slider really is, as you just saw, the strikeout pitch that he uses quite a bit. Tries to get that back floor. Think Steve Carlton for you older folks and fans out there, but a power fastball that's got some ride. He'll throw it up when he wants to go for a strikeout.
Ball 1 to the Deacon second baseman Adam Tellier. That strikeout of Houston was Arnold's 79th strikeout of the year. That's a strike on the inside corner, 1-1 to Tellier, who starts the night at .347, 10 home runs, 32 runs driven in. That is out of play over the right side.
Been a great addition through the transfer portal, and both teams have used the transfer portal extremely well to reshape their teams this year.
Tellier coming into Winston-Salem out of Ball State. Played 4 years there. And the 1-2 pitch. Yep, I think he knew it. Great start for Arnold as he catches Tellier looking. They're 2 down.
Back door with the breaking ball, so that's another look. You either go to the back foot or you go to the back door.
So now with 2 outs and nobody on, Nick Kurtz, big powerful lefty, walks into the batter's box. Lancaster, Pennsylvania native, 6'5", 240 pounds. Takes a strike in his last 11 games. A look at some of the numbers that he's put up there. He's hit over 500, 23 base hits, the 14 home runs, 30 runs driven in, twice named ACC Player of the Week. And Larry, you and I have talked, at some point, you have to be so careful with him in certain situations. Sometimes why do you even pitch to him the way he's hitting the last little bit?
Yeah, why throw him a strike in this type of a situation? I saw at one point his slugging percentage was .929.
High heat, and Arnold strikes out the side. Could not start any better than he did.
A long time as well, always scheduled each other. A great rivalry.
First baseman Daniel Cantu leads it off for Florida State, hitting in the 7th spot tonight. Takes a strike there, 1-1. Cantu, a transfer from USF into Tallahassee. Hits that one hard to right, and running to his left out there, Winay. That'll carry him off the bottom of the wall. And another good start for FSU here in inning number 2. Well, first inning started off with the Williams home run. Now Cantu with the single off the wall.
And the only thing that kept that ball from going out was the top spin. Real short hop into the fence, and it got there in a hurry. I'd love to know the exit velocity on that one.
Yeah, it didn't quite reach the fence. Now Faroux, the second baseman. That is out of play, but not by much.
I'm told that the exit velocity on that was 110, and that's big boy country. I know you love all those numbers, don't you?
Faroux, the second baseman, Florida State, hitting .312 on the year. Cantu has not attempted a steal all year. Faroux, a transfer into Florida State from UCF. Actually went to high school in Tallahassee. Florida High School. Where the hell they got that name? You know?
A bunch of local kids on the Florida State team probably grew up wanting to be a Seminole. Finally got the chance.
Faroux was a freshman All-America, AAC All-Freshman team. 57 starts at UCF a year ago. A bluff run down at first. There's a strike. And Burns ahead of the Seminole second baseman, 0-2.
Nice block by Gill. Anticipated the short hop, took it off the chest protector.
The Burns 1-2 sails high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Florida State 30-6. 10-5 in the ACC, 4-4 on the road in 2024. Tie, full count.
Let's see if they send Cantu on this one.
Florida State lost a midweek game to Mercer. Wake Forest lost a midweek game as well. First non-conference loss for FSU on the year. Payoff pitch, foul out of play.
I think I counted 7 ACC losses, and they have been dominating the non-conference games. Midweek, yeah.
Wake Forest played a game down in Durham and lost to UNC Wilmington on Tuesday night. That is, look out, Florida State ball caromed around the dugout down there.
Went over to that game, and of course, after being in Boston College and coming back, it was a late night, up early for classes. Bodies didn't bounce back all that quickly, I don't think. And then for Florida State, Miami series.
Runner goes, strike 3, strike him out. No, safe at second.
I wonder if they're going to say that he missed the tag, because it looked like the ball beat him. Merrick Houston now is saying that he wants a
for the official call, and yeah, safe.
After video review, the ruling of the field stands as called.
So Cantu down at second. Faroux strikes out. That'll get Florida State to the bottom of the order. Alex Lodis, the shortstop.
Well, I agree with the call, but it's Gregory Street reviewing his own call. What do you think he's going to call? Come on. No, he was safe.
Off speed swing and a miss to Lodis, the sophomore from St. Augustine. He transferred in from North Florida, where he was a freshman All-America. First team All ASUN. Quickly, 0-2.
A couple of good breaking balls right there. St. Augustine, Florida is a lovely place.
Oh, man. 0-2 is fouled into the Deacon dugout. St. Augustine, Cape Canaveral down in there, Daytona, down that stretch of beach.
Pontevedra around there.
Oof. Not too shabby. Strikes him out. That's number 5 for Burns.
Yeah, you know, as a hitter, you're standing up there and he's throwing you 3 straight breaking balls, and you say to yourself, he's got to throw me a fastball, but he's gotten the breaking ball over. You got no chance. Up just below the shoulders, up around the letters at 98.
Well, now Burns gets to look at Max Williams again, and Williams hit it out to lead off the game. That's pretty well hit down the left side, but foul. Had some carry to it.
Yeah, bounced off the weight room down there. The Mark Seaver work pit.
Bounces in front of the plate, and it's called a strike. Appeal was made down to third, and David Pritchett said, yeah, he went after it.
Without hesitation.
No. Here's the Burns 0-2. Does stay alive at the plate.
Burns, get us in.
Got him, yep. Strikeout number 6. Jack Winay will lead it off for Wake Forest. He looks at ball 1. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 here in the second because Arnold needed only 12 pitches to strike out the first 3 Deacons he saw. Look at Winay's numbers. Winay out of Newton, Massachusetts, in his second year in Winston-Salem. And quickly, ball 3.
One of a handful of Wake Forest players that had a ton of family and friends in Boston last weekend for that BC series.
And a 4-pitch walk, and Wake's got its first base runner of the night.
Well, that's not what you expected to see after an easy 3 strikeout inning in the first. A little bit of an adrenaline shift and a 4-pitch walk.
So now Arnold will get to Wake's DH, the number 5 spot, Jake Reinisch. A native New Yorker hitting .314 on the year. There's a strike.
Come on, Ryder, not you, baby.
Rest of his numbers on the year. And quickly ahead, 0-2 now.
Yeah, Reinisch clearly sitting on the breaking ball and got all tied up on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball inside.
That was a good pitch. Tough to take. A ball and 2 strikes.
I believe West may have thought that was a strike. You don't hold him there for 3 seconds if you don't.
Strikes him out. Strikeout number 4. He's back on it. 1 away.
And same thing. Reinisch was thinking breaking ball and try to go the opposite way, and instead he gets all caught up with the fastball that's inside.
So Larry, between these 2 pitchers, 10 total strikeouts already. And we're in through 1 1/3 innings. Here's Seaver King, the Deacon third baseman.
And yet the contact has been hard on a number of balls.
Really has.
Harder for Florida State so far than for Wake Forest.
Cal nearly got him. King, a junior from Athens, Georgia, transferred in from Wingate. 2 years there. Here's the 1-1. High chopper. Smith the second for one. On to first. Not in time. They're 2 away.
Now batting for Wake Forest.
As soon as that ball went up that high in the air, it just became an opportunity to practice your double play turn because there was no chance at all to get Seaver King, who runs very well for a guy that's got the power that he's got. You can see he's a couple of steps past first base.
So 2 down for Arnold and the Seminoles. Here's Cam Nelson, the Wake Center fielder tonight. First out, not via the strikeout tonight for the Seminoles. Two balls and no strikes to Cam Nelson, who hits 162. That catches the outside corner. 2-1.
I thought the last pitch was better than that pitch, personally, but
From our seat, that looked outside, but Joseph Blumenauer liked it. Here's the 2-1. Another one he likes, 2-2. And he's the one that matters.
he's the only one that matters.
That's right. Runner goes on the 2-2. It's high. Throw down, not in time.
King in by a mile on that one.
It's his 8th stolen base. And a full count at the plate. Here's the payoff. Back up the middle. Going to be a tough play. Got him. Here's Cam Smith to lead it off for FSU. Struck out in the first inning. Looks at strike one here. Chase Burns out there for Wake. 6 strikeouts on the night. Gave up the solo home run to Max Williams to lead off the game, and that's where we are. 1-0 FSU. Cam Smith had 12 home runs last year, most in Tallahassee in almost 20 years. On the ground, a couple of hops. Tellier had him played perfectly, 1 down.
I came out to practice last night. Had a chance to stand next to some of these Florida State guys. I'm throwing a flag on their ruler. 6'3" for a couple of these guys.
Now Tibbs, who walked back in the first inning.
Pure hitter.
Up to the eye. Up, Birds. Straight up, Birds. Hey.
Cape Cod All-Star, he can play. There's a strike. Matter of fact, back in the Cape last summer, he was the home run derby champion. And there are a lot of good hitters.
So he's got some power.
At the Cape, yeah.
Yes, there are.
There's a strike, 1-2.
I enjoyed part of a summer out there. That was back in the day when you had to work to make money so that you could afford to pay your rent to play out there.
Ball 2.
Job gave out. I was digging the holes for the landscapers to plant trees. And you know how you dig a hole in Cape Cod? You pickaxe the stones aside, lift them out, and then pickaxe some more out.
2-2 pitch on the ground into the shift. That's an easy out, 2 away.
It's a pretty easy way to spend a day and then go pitch 7 innings.
You're telling me you struck a lick before you pitched? No blisters on the hands?
Oof. That was a rough summer.
2 up, 2 down for Chase Burns here in the 3rd inning.
Finally gave up some contact and got outs after 6 strikeouts.
Here's Jaime Ferrer. That sails high.
Got the bull in the back by the backstop. Saw the bull the other night. Went to that game in Durham. It's a fun place to watch a ball game.
There's a strike, 1-1. Ferrer, another Cape Cod League guy. His dad played basketball professionally. He's originally from Puerto Rico. Grandfather played on the Cuban national team in basketball and baseball.
Wow.
So the Ferrers apparently very athletic for a long time. Here's the 1-2 that is high, 2-2.
I'm not so sure you lay off that pitch as much as you just couldn't pull the trigger.
Tries to pull it there and is struck out, 3 up, 3 down.
And we're about halfway through the ACC season and college baseball season, so there could be changes. And what's really interesting is that you look at 5 and 11, and those could easily change, and you might see these guys facing each other in a super regional at some point.
Salvino leads it off for Wake here in the bottom of the third, making just his third start. Salvino, a grad student out of Charlotte. That might have hit him. It did. So leadoff man aboard for Wake, second inning in a row after Winay walked to lead off the second inning.
Well, just a little bit of a spin by Salvino. He steps in towards it a little bit, then pulls the arm back and makes the spin move and just gets nicked. So maybe a brilliant play, maybe just the way it worked out.
Now the Wake Forest catcher, number 9 hitter Cameron Gill, stands in with Salvino down at first. Tries to lay the bunt down, unsuccessful. Gill's out of, you see, Alpharetta, Georgia, transferred into Wake from Wofford. 49 starts for the Terriers last year. That bunt is foul. Bunt attempt.
You know, and I know it's easy to say you've got to be able to bunt, but that thing's going 95 miles per hour in a couple different directions, you know?
You go in there and try it.
Well, I have, but
well,
but it's not that easy. It is just not that easy. Then you throw a 26 or 2800 RPM breaking ball in there.
Struck him out. Number 5 for Arnold as Gill is set down. Out of the top of the Wake order. And shortstop Merrick Houston, who was the first strikeout victim of the night.
Well, that pitch was a strike, but I wouldn't throw a lot of sliders up in that position, especially with the short area down the right field line. Down in right field, the way the ball carries to right. I wouldn't want to revisit that spot too many times with the breaking ball.
Salvino for Wake's got a really good lead down there at first base. He has not attempted a steal all year. He is aboard with 1 out. 3 balls and no strikes to Merrick Houston. And Arnold's not happy with himself.
I like what he's doing, though. Just take a step back, stay calm, think about, okay, why did I just throw 3 balls in a row? Let's make an adjustment.
Yeah, he calmed down, threw a strike in there. Both pitchers tonight, by the way, their dads played college football.
Well, of course.
Arnold's dad played at UCF. That's on the ground to a good spot, but a terrific play out there at second base. Nicely done by Faroux, and there are two away.
A really nice play. Another couple more feet to the right, and it might sneak through, but you could see that Houston was guiding it out that way, and not entirely sure that the slide was necessary, but a good play nevertheless.
But Arnold's dad played football at UCF, and Burns' dad played at North Greenville. Football, not baseball. Here's Tellier. Did miss by a whole lot. He struck out looking back in the first inning. Well hit to the gap in left center, and that will drop right in front of Williams and score a run. Coming home, Salvino easily and down to second with a game-tying double. Adam Tellier, and it's 1-1.
First base hit of the night for Wake Forest, and it comes at the greatest time with a man in scoring position. 2 outs, always an energy boost for a team that can punch a run across with 2 men out. It stays up, and Tellier knows exactly what to do with that. Almost a terrific play by Williams in center field. He got a good jump, just could not quite get there in time.
And that Winay, the cleanup hitter, who walked back in the second inning. And he looks at ball 1.
Basically straight away for Winay, a little bit toward left center for Williams in center field.
Big cut there, a ball and a strike.
Helped him out. Pocket out. Okay. That's in honor of Matt Kemp, who was his favorite player when he grew up. Unusual stance for Jack Winay. He gets the bat out in front and the hand across the chest to remind himself not to get too close with the left shoulder.
Fool there, a ball and 2 strikes.
So little cues that the hitters use for themselves, much like the pitchers do.
2 on, 2 outs, run in for Wake here in the bottom of the third. That is out of play. One-two from Arnold, got him. Strikes him out to end the inning, but Wake strikes 4 by its strikeout as West stands in. He struck out back in the first inning.
Gonna have to get here early tomorrow, partner.
Yeah, it's going to be nuts around here tomorrow. That is inside. West, a transfer in from Alabama. Had 4 starts last year for the Tide, all against SEC teams. He had 5 hits for Bama, including a home run and a double. His West's brother Gage played at Florida State back in 14, 15, and 16.
It's a small world, the baseball world.
Strike 1.
You look through the coaching staffs, and on the Florida State side, you see a lot of Mercers mixed in, and Florida State coaching staff mixed in at different places.
Correction, the count 2-2. Now it's full count. Wow. West didn't like it. He turns around after about 10 feet down the line and barked at Joseph Blumenauer behind the plate. Strikeout number 8 for Burns.
The other thing about it is that Blumenauer's got a really delayed call. So, you know, a lot of umpires are going to let you know right away, but he doesn't even start into it until West is about 4 steps or 5 steps down towards first base.
First pitch to Dingus over everybody back to the screen.
need to go out there and stand in on one of those. It's 99 miles an hour up around eye-high.
No,
on the inside part.
No, I'll take your word for it. You go right ahead. Two balls and no strikes.
I watched Chase Burns throw earlier in the spring and made sure that there was a catcher and two nets in between us before I got behind him.
Two balls and a strike to the FSU DH. Number 6 in the order, the 2-1. Big cut. 2-2. Hits it to the deepest part of the park. Nelson right in front of the track. Plenty of room, and Burns has put down 8 straight Seminoles with that fly ball.
Thrown 68 pitches to this point, so the strikeouts are great and there's no contact. I think 25 in the first inning. The strikeouts are great and the no contact takes, errors out of play, but it just takes you so many pitches to get strikeouts.
Cantu lofts one in the air down the line. Going to be a tough play. And that is a fair ball. And down to second is Cantu. Now the Wake dugout saying that's not a fair ball.
Everybody pointing into foul territory.
You know they will take a look at this.
Tom, have a look.
Best look that we have is right here. That looks fair to me.
That looks fair. That looked like a hit on the line.
It doesn't look even close to me.
Yeah.
We both saw it.
Yeah.
It's the right call. Yep. Cantu will take his double. He's 2 for 2 tonight.
Now for the Seminoles, the second baseman at number 3, Drew Furrow.
Now that's 2 appeals for Wake Forest that they have not overturned.
Here's Furrow. That is high, ball 1.
So file that away for later in the ball game.
Furrow struck out swinging in the second inning. He was strikeout victim number 4. Burns has struck out 8 Seminoles tonight. Arnold has struck out 6 Deacons on the other side. Got us a 1-1 game. It's about what we expected right now. Yeah.
Except that you just never know. It's still baseball.
Two balls and a strike.
Boy, off speed at 2-0. That's not fair.
Two balls and 2 strikes now to Furrow, the second baseman. Furrow's dad Adam was a Seminole. Played in the Red Sox and the Brewers organizations after college. And the 2-2, that lands about 6 feet in front of Gill at the plate.
Yeah, I think that might have found Gill as much as he found it when they bounced that far out in front.
3-2 from Burns. Lost it. Second walk by Burns tonight. And now the Noles with 2 on and 2 outs with a number 9 hitter.
With a player of that magnitude approaching the school first.
All right, here's Lodis, the shortstop. That is in the air in the infield. Houston makes a call for it at short. And that'll do it. The Seminoles strand a couple. Jake Reinisch will lead off for Wake. Hitters 5, 6, and 7 for the Demon Deacons here in the 4th inning. That's a strike. Reinisch struck out swinging for out number 1 back in the 2nd inning. Again, Arnold with 6 strikeouts tonight. Make it 7.
Boy, Arnold with a really good idea what he's doing. Likes to pitch down most of the time with his fastball, and there he was down, but occasionally he'll creep up, so you've got to protect the upstairs with the fastball that he throws the highest percentage of time, but he's got that big breaking ball too, and Reinisch appears to keep looking for the breaking ball, and he hasn't seen it yet. This guy's got a very good idea what he's doing out there.
First pitch, a strike to Seaver King. Well, he has a couple of games, we're talking about Arnold, of double-digit strikeouts. Couple of hops right up into Lodice's eyes. Easy play for him, 2 away.
Shows a pretty strong arm because he knows King runs well.
And 2 about Arnold, he started the year with 24 1/3 innings without allowing 1 earned run.
Well, that's pretty good.
It's real good. Here's Cam Nelson.
Real good.
Grounded out. And there's a strike.
And great conversation last night with Micah Posey, the Florida State pitching coach. And you know how I love talking pitching as Bill Salento goes to have a conversation with Nelson to try to lengthen the time that Arnold has to stand out there on the mound and think a little bit. But Micah Posey, coming from Dallas Baptist, had some time at Elon just up the road here. Talk back to some of those days. Well, it's as easy as what the fans are yelling, man. Just pay attention to them.
No balls and a strike to the Deacon center fielder. Rides inside. Ball and a strike. 2 down, nobody on, bottom of the 4th, and a tie game. It's out of play, 1 and 2. Stays high, 2 and 2.
For Wake Forest, another freshman, Javar Williams, has been getting a lot of playing time. Not in the lineup tonight.
There's that delayed call. Arnold homer and also struck out. Is it Ormond Beach or Ormond Beach? Ormond Beach.
Ormond Beach, I believe.
That's where he's from. I knew you would know, former Sunshine State resident that you are.
Got a little time in down there. I'm a Keys guy, down in the Keys.
Ball and a strike to the Florida State center fielder. Tough play, long throw. Houston makes it. And Williams is retired, out number 1.
Yeah, Williams gave himself the safe sign, but then made a quick right turn to the dugout without asking for much of anything else. So you watch him as he crosses the base. Nice job by Merrick Houston after the dive by King. And he's out by a step, even though he put the flaps out like I was safe.
Now Cam Smith stands in. First pitch, rips it into center field for a 1-out single. His first base hit of the night. He is now 1 for 3, and that gets Florida State to Mr. Tibbs. Six-foot junior out of Marietta, Georgia.
407, 15, and 58. That's pretty impressive.
Pretty good. That is a base hit. Back up the middle. Heading for third will be Smith. Throw is cut off, and a little 1-out noise here for Florida State in the 5th with runners on the corners. And the cleanup hitter coming to the plate.
And Florida State a little bit more aggressive early in the count. They were aggressive in the first and then kind of laid back a little bit and kind of admired the work that Chase Burns was doing. And now here in the 5th inning, they've picked it up and become aggressive again.
Ferreira 1 for 2 night. Single back in the first, struck out to in the 3rd inning. It's inside, ball 1.
Yeah, it looked like Ferreira was on the breaking ball right there, and that hard fastball, that's just a little bit off the plate inside. Spun him around a lot more than you would have thought.
Check on Tibbs over there.
Wake Forest does not mind throwing over. Tibbs 5 for 6 in stolen bases.
Again to first.
The previous throw, it looked like there was a little flinch in his right knee, which is what you look for. Which way does he want to go? Does he want to lean back or does he want to lean forward to the next base?
To the plate with the 1-0 that's in the air. I'm not sure there's enough room over there for Nick Kurtz. There is not. Well into the seats.
Nice crowd down there, and if you're thinking about coming out tomorrow, get here early because you'll be fighting for seats down in that open seating area.
It's sold out tomorrow. The Wake Forest football spring game is a couple of hours before first pitch tomorrow. That's right next door. Runner goes, and that hits Ferreira at the plate. And hopefully he is okay. That stings. To have struck out swinging twice tonight in the 1st and the 4th. Nowhere to put him with 1 away here in the top of the 5th inning. It's outside, ball 1.
And Gill says yes it was, as the coaching staff asks where the ball was.
Again outside, 2 balls and no strikes.
Hey, reset right here, 2-9, right at him, baby. Let's go, stay on, go.
It's foul. Really good opportunity for West and Florida State here in the 5th inning in a 1-1 game. That is stung to right, but right at Winne. Tagging from third will be Smith, and Florida State has a 2-1 lead on the RBI by Jackson West, his 20th of the year.
Well, from the Wake Forest perspective, though, you've given up 1. If you can get out of this with only giving up 1 run, you consider that a job pretty well done, because the damage could have been much more significant. But you still have to get out of it with just the 1 run.
Tibbs was able to tag from second, so now the Noles with runners on the corners and 2 away for Dinges, the DH. He's been retired twice tonight. That is a base hit, another run for Florida State, and it's 3-1. Dinges knocks in Tibbs, and the Noles lead by a couple.
Well, it's as old as the game itself. If the breaking ball stays up, it becomes much more hittable, and that's what happened. Kind of a get-ahead breaking ball, and lined sharply into center field. Corey Muscara one more time, and during the last commercial break, you said you'd like to see the stat on the amount of times a pitcher gets out of trouble after a Corey Muscara visit. Forrest.
Well, Cantu for Florida State, 2 for 2 tonight. And there you go. Right after Muscara, good pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1.
And that ball down. And that's 170 years old, just like the game. Or whatever.
All day.
Ball and a strike. Cantu singled and stole a base in the second, doubled in the fourth inning.
Yeah, strike.
Another close, but not on the plate. 2 balls and a strike.
Not a lot of strikes out there, evidently.
Hey, right at it, Burns. Come on.
In the air to left should be an easy play for Salvino. He is there for the catch. But the Seminoles 3-bit by a pitch and then came home on the Tellier double. First pitch, ground ball, base hit. Salvino was only 3 for 10 for the whole year coming in. One of those was a homer and 4 RBIs.
Well, I was kidding with Tom Walter before the game and said, you've got a history of these mystery substitutions paying off for you, you know. And he said, do I? Very nonchalantly. And I said, all the way back to Kevin Jordan against Louisville about 8 years ago.
Wow, you are going back.
Yeah.
Number 9 hitter Cam Gill, the catcher. Struck out, shows bunt here. Struck out swinging in the third inning. Got a part of the bat.
Yeah, and you
well off the plate.
You got to make sure you get the bat out of the way so
Yeah.
that it can't make contact in that situation, and you're ahead in the count 2-0.
As it stands, it's a ball and a strike with Salvino over at first. Big lead. That's about as well as it can be done. High throw, everybody safe. That'll be an error on the throw by Arnold. So I guess you score that, what, sacrifice and an E1.
Correct. And just a little bit nonchalant for Arnold. He didn't get any kind of momentum going that way. He comes off and fields a little bit flat-footed, doesn't take any kind of crow hop, had plenty of time, and just airmailed it a little bit, and that's going to bring Micah Posey out of the Florida State dugout. Bunt attempt, if they do, also takes that double play away, in theory, although the corners are going to be charging for Florida State right here. Way in.
Yeah,
in both corners.
Corners certainly way up, you're right. And there's the show of bunt. Looks at strike one.
The idea is you would love to bunt down the third baseline, make Cam Smith field the ball so that the only place to throw it is to first.
To the right side of the infield, and he's got him. That was interesting.
Yeah.
That was not a guarantee.
Well, and the thing is, it's so hard to get back as a third baseman to even after you see that it's a bunt to the right side. It's so hard to get back, locate the base, get ready to make a stretch, and get your footwork correct. Good job by Houston getting it down, the fake. And then it was a bang-bang play at first base. Good job by Houston.
Now Tellier looks at ball one. He doubled in Wake's only run back in the third inning. And a great chance for Wake to get right back after it. Trailing by a couple here, ball two.
Well, and if Tellier can find his way on, then you've got the guy at the plate that you want at the plate.
Yeah, Kurtz would be next. Here's the 2-0. That's a strike.
Tellier thought it was down. Wake Forest bench thought it was down.
That's down the right field line and slicing foul by about 3 feet, 4 feet.
Got to find a way Wake Forest does to get at least one in here.
Two and two to the Deacons' second baseman with 2 on and 1 out. That is right back to Arnold off of him. Everybody's safe. A run scores, and it's now 3-2 FSU.
Yeah, so an adventurous inning for Jamie Arnold. I don't know if he thought that ball was hit a little bit firmer than it looked like it was, or exactly what happened to him. Breaking ball a little bit back to his left side. He just couldn't harness it. No reason for the throw.
Second RBI of the game for Tellier to get Wake within 1. Now here's Kurtz with runners on the corners, and he looks at strike 1.
Really good pitch.
Kurtz has struck out and walked tonight. Good pitch, good cut.
Well, now you're saying in your mind, what's he going to do? Is he going to throw me that big breaking ball, or is he going to try to go upstairs again with me like he did the first time around when he struck me out?
0-2 pitch got him. Second strikeout by Kurtz tonight.
Now batting for Wake Forest.
Number 9 by Arnold. And there are 2 down.
And that's what it was, high gas. So this is a great pitch because it's out of the strike zone, but it's looks so tantalizing to you as it comes in. Very hard for a hitter to get on top of it to make good contact with it. Really good 0-2 pitch.
Now Winay at the plate, he looks at ball 1. 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk tonight. Cleanup hitter hitting .346 coming in with 13 home runs. Fool there, quickly a strike, and it's 1-1.
Off speed and fastball situation. Got 1A out in front. You've got nobody on second base, so technically you have a base open, and you've owned Reinisch so far tonight.
2-1 pitch breaks in for a strike. 2-2. That was a good one. Runner goes. Runner will trot into second, striking out Winay, and the side retired. Wake scratches out a run. 8-9 and leadoff due for Florida State. Here's Ferreau to lead things off, the second baseman. Strikeout and a walk tonight. 3-2 Florida State, top of the 6th.
Well, you can see that Florida State's done some advanced scouting. They're looking for a lot of a lot of fastballs, which usually you do see from Ray. Gets him with a breaking ball there.
It's out of play left side. A ball and 2 strikes. Ray out of Mars, Pennsylvania. And the 1-2 pitch. Ball 2.
You know, it's a funny thing about baseball is everybody knows what everybody's got. It's just when are they going to throw it and where's it going to be?
Two pitch. That's fouled off.
That ball was supposed to be outside and away, and instead down and in.
Again, Ferreau stays alive at the plate.
You say to yourself, as you look and you see Ray with his grip behind his back right there, well, doesn't that give the pitch away? It changes its direction a couple of times on the way into his glove and then in his glove. There's the shift in the grip right there.
Full count. Gray wanted that one.
As did the paying umpires.
A little low. Payoff pitch, that got him.
Interesting right there. A lot of what teams have done is they found out you've got to vary your cadence when you throw. And you can see Gill behind home plate giving him the hurry up. And it was almost a little quick pitch after Ray got himself ready to go. He just reared back and let it go. And you'll see pitchers wait till there's 1 second left on the clock. Sometimes they'll throw it with double figures left on the clock. All over the place.
Lodis sends one down the right field line. That is slicing foul.
Remember when Major League Baseball first put the pitch clock in, and Max Scherzer in spring training tested umpires every way you possibly could in one of his outings. And that kind of set the standard for how people have explored ways to use that to your advantage as a pitcher.
Outside for ball one. Lodis tonight has struck out and popped out.
All about the deception. Try to change your rhythm any way that you can, even with nobody on base now. It's become much more prevalent.
That is foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Very comfortable night here in Winston-Salem. It was a hot day yesterday, almost 90 degrees. Not nearly as warm today.
Good day to work outside today.
2-2, that's outside. I appreciate your help out at the ranch this morning.
If I'm going to stay there for free, I guess I better do something.
Payoff pitch. Popped him up right side of the infield. Kurtz will call for it. They're 2 down.
Tellier had ideas about it. And he looked at himself and he looked at Kurtz, about 3 inches taller and about 40 pounds heavier, and said, "Hey, you go right ahead, big boy."
So 2 down now for FSU. Top of the Knowles order. Here's Max Williams, who got things started on the hop with a solo home run. He has since struck out and grounded out. That home run was his 6th. First pitch, ripped it into left center. That's a 2-out single. Second time he's been on base tonight.
Well, was spinning a little bit and tried to get by
Cam Nelson out in center field, but he reached down and caught it before it could spin to his left.
So now Cam Smith, who has a base hit tonight. He's the ACC hits leader. He's never a bargain when he stands in there.
Oh, man. Again, I'm throwing a flag on their size chart. This is a very sturdy, strong young man.
Listed at 6'3". That's called strike.
And I know that I'm shrinking as gravity takes hold, but
he's reached base 47 games in a row. It's out of play.
I mean,
If you're wondering, Buster Posey has the record at Florida State, 67, so a ways to go. But
you look at him and you think, okay, this has got to be a power guy, and yes, he does have power. But he hits in the 2 hole and gets on base.
1-2 pitch. That is hit hard. Tough play out there for Salvino. Throw will come to third. Safe is the call at the bag. Down to second is Cam Smith.
Well, you take a look at it. A good job knocking the ball down by Salvino, and he immediately goes with a good throw into third base. And, boy, that is close. An immediate safe call over there. And over at third base, Seaver King was asking for the appeal and a review, but Wake Forest has used both of their appeals already, and they can't. So Tom Walter is going to go in and try to calm down the whole situation. Looks down to the bullpen. We can't tell if there's anybody working in the bullpen. Tom Walter took a long look at third base coach Dave Pritchett too, but then he makes the freshman has stepped into some high leverage situations. Not sure exactly what you do to prepare yourself to pitch to Florida State in a one-run game with the bases loaded.
Here's a strike.
You reach back for 93, I guess, is what you do when you get thrown into that situation. Good fastball for Gunther, who has shown a lot of battle in his early career with Wake Forest.
2-1 to Ferrer's fouled out of play. The Tips at first with the walk. Smith and Williams back-to-back base hits. So the base is loaded. There are two down. And the Gunther 2-2. That is out of play down the right side again. Pretty good stop behind the plate by Gill.
And missed by a bunch and just got a glove on it on the backhand side. Huge pitch, needless to say.
Yeah, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bases are loaded. Florida State trying to add to a 1-run lead here in the 6th inning. And here's the payoff. Bouncing ball. That'll be a bang-bang play at third. Out the call this time. On the mound. Here's Reinisch to lead it off for Wake. The DH, he takes a strike. It'll be Reinisch, King, and Nelson. Reinisch fooled, and he's out for the 3rd time tonight. Via the strikeout, 1 away.
Reinisch has really struggled with the pitch selection that Arnold has made, and Arnold has been exceptional tonight. He's pitched a fabulous baseball game.
11 strikeouts. And there's a strike to King. 11 strikeouts, 3rd game that Arnold has reached double-digit strikeouts. He's way ahead of King here, 0-2.
Well, and he gets, he nips a corner and he gets a strike, so then he goes a little bit further out of it.
That is guided into right for a base hit. Tibbs over to get it. No slow for King into second base. Wow. That was a hustle double for the Deacon third baseman.
Yeah, never a thought about hesitating at first base, and he went hard, and it was a really nice play out in right field. by Tibbs. Just he outran the baseball. Takes a good angle, gets himself in good position. Let's go with a good throw, just a little bit off to the first base side. Slide to the outside of the bag for King.
So a runner at second base for Cam Nelson, who's 0 for 2 tonight. Ground out and a strikeout. It's behind the screen and out of play.
King instantly turns into a cheerleader at second base as soon as he gets there.
That's a strike. Good pitch. 0-2. Arnold had double-digit strikeouts against Western Carolina and a career-high 12 against Notre Dame. That's out of play. Again, he has struck out 11 Demon Deacons tonight and has a 3-2 lead. Sales high, 1-2. Wake Forest an even 9-9 in the ACC and 16-6 here at home. Look out, that's into the Deacon dugout, bounces out all the way back out onto the playing field. Not the easiest place to be.
Chase Walter jumping around down there along with Josh Hartle. Tomorrow's pitcher. Good matchup tomorrow.
Not close, ball 2.
A little bit more of a crossfire, it looked like, for Arnold right there. Be Hartle and Carson Dorsey tomorrow. Florida State a little beat up in the starting pitching.
Check swing did not go. One on, one out. Payoff pitch on the way. Right back up the middle. That is off the glove of Faroux. That will tie the game. Coming home to score is Seaver King. Nelson delivers with his 13th run driven in, and we're all locked at 3-3.
Boy, ripped into center field. They might have had a shot at him.
And now the left fielder Salvino throw to first with Nelson over there.
What a job by the freshman Cam Nelson for Wake Forest.
Nelson 4 out of 6 in stolen bases this year. Pitch to the plate is high for ball 1.
He's one of the faster Wake Forest runners.
Salvino at the plate again has scored 2 of Wake's 3 runs. He was hit by a pitch and scored, singled and scored. That's toward the bullpen of Florida State's, which has action in it right now. A look at Salvino.
Does that mean you want me to get the binoculars on their bullpen? Is that what you're...
That's why you have them, right?
Had to go to the car to get them.
No. Leave those in your bag. Here's the 1-1. A little off speed there. A ball and 2 strikes. You just had the feeling this would be the kind of game we'd have. Look out. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Looks like Connor Holtz down there.
Look out again, Wake in the dugout. Come on, Chase Walter. It's an interesting thing before the game. Tom Walter's son Chase and Tom Walter hugging just before first pitch. Well, yeah, he needs to move. I mean, they're after it. And down at the plate, Salvino went after a bad pitch. He really wanted to go to the right side, and he saw something up on the outside part. Thought he might be able to get to it, but just too high. A nice job by Arnold to make sure that that ball's unreachable. Well, that equals Arnold's career high with strikeout number 12.
And now Cameron Gill, who's 0 for 1 with a sacrifice tonight. And again toward the bullpen.
You started to say something about you anticipated a good one, and
Ball and a strike to the Deacon catcher.
this has been a fun ball game.
Strike 2. Yeah, it has been fun. And, you know, on paper it looked like, how could it not be one of those games, you know?
Well, and the joke was we had the Josh Hartle and Jonathan Santucci game at the start of the year with Duke, and neither pitcher got very far in that one.
No,
So
it's not automatic. And that hits him. Wow. Second Deacon that Arnold has hit tonight.
Third time this year that Cameron Gill has been hurt.
Now to check on him is we got a bullpen trainer. Niles Fleet is out there. He's subbing tonight.
Jeff Strom, the long time trainer for the Wake Forest baseball team, at a family event out in Kansas, and so Niles Fleet came in.
You and I were kidding last night. We were talking about this. I said, you know somebody's going to get hurt, Dan. If, you
Yeah.
know.
And this hurts. Count on that. Take a fastball again looked like off the forearm. An interesting conversation with Niles Fleet before the game, long-time football trainer for Wake Forest, and talking about the difference between the two sports and trying to calm athletes down as they have that rush of adrenaline after suffering some kind of an injury in the two sports.
Well, Gill is okay. He's at first. Nelson down to second now. There are two down, back at the top of the Wake order. And will this... Now the top of the Deacon order. There's the breaking ball, strike 1.
straight away in the outfield for Florida State, and play Houston to pull just a little bit in the infield on the right side.
Another breaking ball hit to right, pretty much right at Tibbs. And that'll do it for the Deacons here in the 6th inning. Who will come to the plate for Florida State. West tonight 0 for 2 with an RBI, sacrifice fly back in the 5th inning, drove in a run. Could not catch the breaking ball, 1-1.
Back-to-back breaking balls for a predominantly fastball pitcher.
Ball 2.
Gotta love seeing a freshman come in throwing 95 and a couple breaking balls like he threw to start the inning off, don't you? And the job he did to get out of the last inning.
It's outside, ball 3. There's a strike, full count. Wake's got the big shift on for West. 3 infielders to the first base side of second, and the 3-2. That misses high, and a leadoff walk for Florida State here in the 7th inning.
Well, now the wheels start turning over on the Florida State side.
Here's Dingus, the DH, 1 for 3 with a run driven in. RBI for him came back in the 5th, his 38th of the year. Into the screen, strike one, and then just thought, oh man, that was my pitch.
No small ball on the first pitch, was there?
That was my pitch, he said.
Fills out those sleeves, doesn't he?
With
the chest.
He does with no sleeves, no undersleeves. They're not nearly as popular anymore, are they, the undersleeves?
Not long sleeves. He may have a T-shirt under there. May not. It's hard keeping up with the latest fads.
0-2 rip, but right at Tellier. Throw to the bag. Got it. Double play.
Well, huge break in a couple of different ways for Wake Forest. Great job by Tellier getting up to get what looked like would have been a gapper if it gets by him. And then Tellier, in his eagerness to snap the throw over to Kurtz, airmails it just a little bit. Watch the agility of a 6'6", 240-pound first baseman. Good job by Tellier. Quick release, high and wide. He's off the bag, but he gets down and gets the foot over. That's an athlete.
Pitch to the plate. Cantu looks at ball one. He's working on a 2-for-3 night.
It's ironic to have Cantu up at the plate. With the conversation with Link Jarrett this morning about first baseman was fascinating to me.
Because like one,
you've heard me rant many a time about why you think you can just put any guy over at first base and be comfortable. And Link Jarrett was the one that brought it up and talked about how good defensively both of these players are. And the theory is you know, if there's one knock on Nick Kurtz, it's that he plays first base. And I've had scouts say if he played one of the corner outfield spots, he'd move up in the draft for us. And I don't understand that.
Swing and a miss, strike two to Cantu.
Well, what a game-changing play.
Oh. We'll redo a 2-2. Bases clear, 2 outs, top of the 7th, in a tie game in Winston-Salem that is 2 hours and 12 minutes old right now. Look out, right up under his chin.
There is action in the Wake Forest bullpen. Zach Johnston is throwing. He's a left-hander.
Gunther, payoff pitch, struck him out. And the side is retired.
Tougher teams in the conference, and they paid the price for it a little bit.
Here's Tellier to lead it off. That's just foul down the third base line. That did not land foul by much.
Third baseline has not been kind to the Demon Deacons tonight.
Tellier made that great play in the field in the top of the inning. He's driven in a couple runs tonight. There you see a double and a single, the double in the third, the single in the fifth. He struck out looking back in the first inning. Check swing and he went, says Trevor Henson down at first base. No hesitation there.
I don't have a problem with that.
And it's 0-2.
I don't know how hitters take those. I'd have missed that ball by 4 feet back in the day.
Just did stay alive with that swing. He was late.
Well, you can say he's late, or you can take a hitter's approach and say, I waited till it got deep on me.
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah, right.
Holtz is ready. Here's the 1-2. 2-2. Barely stays alive.
Well, you know I don't do it a lot, but technology tells us he's about 31 or 3,200 with his RPMs on that breaking ball, which is phenomenal.
Another 2-2. Gets him with a high one, and here's one away.
Did you see Tellier put his hand out to be tied? So he didn't have to slap his shot, just tap my hand a little bit.
Walk tonight. Here's a strike, and again worth noting that Kurtz had hit 14 home runs in his last 10 games coming into tonight.
I can't believe he would see another fastball this at bat.
Rips that one down the left field line. That is fair by a couple of feet. Kurtz will dig for second. A 1-out stand-up double here in the 7th inning. He doesn't have to hit a home run.
Nope. And that time he did let it get in deep on him. And when Nick Kurtz is hitting best, he's hitting balls the opposite way. And that ball had some slice on it. The question was
it going to stay fair or not? Didn't hurt any that Ferrer dropped the ball out in the left field corner. Made sure that there was no play at second base.
So here's Jack Winnay. He walked to start his at-bats back in the second. And has struck out swinging twice since. Clean-up hitter and a chance to drive in a go-ahead run right now.
Nice block by West. 12-game hitting streak.
Yeah.
Add something else to your resume besides home runs. The one thing that the pro people keep talking about with Kurtz is his eye, and Link Jarrett referred to it this morning. You know, his on-base percentage is for somebody with that size, the amount of times
that he walks, the batting average.
One pitch that is chopped foul. Walter gets up after getting maybe hit a couple times to run it out. Loosen up.
A little bit more camera time.
He's had quite a bit tonight. Oh,
good kid.
One-two to Winnay. Popped it up. Right side for Rowe. A couple of steps out in the grass. They're 2 down.
Sometimes they hang just enough. That one was up above the strike zone. And he gets the pop-up.
So Kurtz on second with 2 down now, and Wake's DH Jake Reinisch, who's not had the best night, 0 for 3 strikeouts.
But you know, you got a different guy out there, and it only takes one good swing to turn your night around.
He swung, strike 1.
That wasn't the swing.
Hits that high and deep. No, not so deep. Starts to die out there. Easy play for Williams. Wake will.
When they play midweeks.
Here's Farrell to lead it off for Florida State. Takes ball one. Struck out a couple times and walked tonight. It's getting late. It's in the 8th inning. Tied at 3. There's a strike. That is foul, not by a whole lot.
First baseline friendlier to Wake Forest than the third.
Been a lot of balls down the lines tonight.
It's interesting, and one discussion Tom Walter and I have had through the years is about protecting the line late in the game.
Big cut, struck him out.
That takes a lot of the suspense away, and was a really good pitch by Gunther. Showed him some off-speed stuff, but then his hard stuff had been away, and that time he went in, hit the spot right where Gill put the glove. We've seen great pitching on both sides.
Second strikeout for Gunther. Here's Lodi's the shortstop. He's 0 for 3 tonight. It's popped out twice. Once to short, once to first. He's also struck out.
You get a feeling a home run's going to play a factor in this game somewhere.
It's out of play. Well, we've seen one, right?
Yep. I thought there'd be more.
Yeah. Second pitch of the night. Max Williams hit it out in the top of the first. That's the only home run. There's no wind here tonight.
It has cooled off. 72 degrees.
That's out of play.
Air conditioner working exceptionally well again tonight.
Is it on? Yeah. I don't feel it. Full count. Top of the order up next. Max Williams, pardon me. Right back to Gunther. Spot on throw, 2 down.
Well, the thing that Gunther really does well here is he charges a runner. And so you anticipated at that point, okay, the ball's flying pretty good tonight.
And he looks at ball one. Third in his family to attend Florida State. Brother and a sister were Seminoles. Two-0 pitch. That's low. 3 balls and no strikes.
We're at the point of the game where any base runners feels like a really big deal, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, it is. It's been that kind of game. There's a strike.
Williams didn't think so.
No, he said. That's a base hit.
He'd rather have the base hit than the walk anyway.
Sure he would. His second of the night. Pardon me, third of the night. Homer and 2 singles.
I got you.
That's ball 1.
Starts him off with a tantalizing breaking ball.
Scored a run back in the 5th inning. Good cut. That is foul just above the Florida State dugout.
Good thing there's a screen over there, too. That would have been trouble. 2 for 2 in stolen bases for Williams over at first, if you're wondering.
It's off the plate.
You would think it's a fastball situation, but
That's foul. 2-2.
you go off speed and you get him way out in front. And Micah Posey was talking yesterday about how the Wake Forest team likes to go soft in fastball situations. Cross pitch you.
Johnston's 2-2 is outside, full count.
Got a buck that says he tries to steal here.
Hey, best one right here, Slick.
I have no cash.
No bite.
I can't pay you. He takes off. Strikeout at the plate. Side retired. Doubled in his last at bat. It's at a breaking ball, strike 1.
Boy, Florida State's done a great job tonight with their backdoor breaking stuff.
Drives one to right field. Long run out there by Tibbs. Have to take that off the wall. King with his second double of the night. And a leadoff double at that here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Well, I'll give credit where credit is due. You talked about a home run from King to the opposite field between innings, and he made a run at it with a drive that one hops the wall out there and turns into an easy double. I had a conversation with him about his power the opposite way, asked if he'd always had that, and he said, ironically, he said he gets more lift to right field, but he hits the ball just as hard to left field. It just doesn't have as much lift into the air.
We'll see if that might be it for Holtz out there.
Well, that's Posey, and generally speaking, Link Jarrett is the one that makes the pitching changes. So this is a defensive kind of conversation. With Nelson at the plate, you got to anticipate a sacrifice bunt from the freshman hitting in the number 7 hole. Good bunter, good speed. Good speed at second base. On the other hand, Nelson hit a bullet his last time up.
He did.
To drive in a run.
Yeah. That was a quick visit. Just kind of, as you said, just kind of, let's all get on the same page.
Yeah. If we're going to have some kind of a bump play, let's make sure everybody knows what it is.
So back-to-back doubles for Seaver King tonight. He's out there at second. And here's Nelson. 1 for 3. Looks at ball 1.
Well, you look at first base when they get reset, and Cantu is maybe, 70 feet from home plate. Over on the third base side there, you see him. Cantu back, and he moves in as the ball's coming because in case he needs to cover third with King at second.
There's ball 2.
So as you watch that play, Lodice breaks over after bluffing King back to second. He breaks to third in case the ball is bunted to Cantu at first, so he's got somebody to throw to. Lots of smart going on out there right now.
2 balls and no strikes. King at second. Nobody out. 8th inning, 3-3 game. Not close, ball 3.
You've got to believe he's taking a strike.
Walked him on 4 pitches.
And you saw that Holtz went with what he believes is his best, his breaking ball, but missed up high with it.
First walk from Holtz. And now Salvino, who has a base hit tonight. And has scored 2 of Wake's 3 runs. Tom Walter comes out of the Wake. And then showed hit.
Okay, and
Showed swing away.
That time Smith was a little bit deeper at third base. Cantu, also a very good athlete, creeps in even a little bit closer.
Here's the early show. Sticks with it this time, and by the mound, everybody's safe. That went right between Holtz and Cantu, and now the bases are loaded with nobody out.
Wow, couldn't have rolled it out there any better. What a huge play. You see Cantu right on top of him, and just enough force, nobody turns to go for it. Holtz thought that Cantu was going to make the move that way to try to get a throw. Tom Walter out of the dugout. Looks like we're going to see a pinch hitter for Wake Forest. What a huge play.
Yeah, Austin Hawk is going to come out and pinch hit for Gill. With the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 8th inning in a tie game and nobody out. Local product has a chance to be the hero. The high school right down the road.
Infield will come in just about as close as Reagan High School is.
Now not Hawk. So Morales at the plate with the bases loaded, and here's ball 1.
Morales had a triple over the weekend in Boston in front of his own high school team and a bunch of friends and family, hitting with a lot of confidence right now.
Morales out of Norfolk, Massachusetts. Ball 2, nowhere to put him.
That was exciting. Catch that ball back to you.
2 balls and no strikes. Infield in for Florida State. Not even close. 3-0. Go ahead run at third base. Ball 4, and Wake Forest has the lead. Second RBI of the year for Morales. And Wake's on top 4-3, still with nobody out.
And that is the 16th walk in 17 2/3 innings for Abraham. So we said he had some trouble with the strike zone.
Top of the order now, Merrick Houston, as Wake is on top for the first time in the game, 4-3. That is out of play behind the plate.
And so the first thing that you do is go to the breaking ball to the right-hander.
Houston hit it hard his last at bat, lined out to left in the 6th inning. Hit in front of the plate, a ball and a strike.
Good stuff. I mean, that's a good breaking ball, but not in the strike zone.
High ball 2.
Took a while for the Wake Forest fans to wake up, but they are getting to their feet now.
Two 1 pitch. 2-2. Big cut at the plate by Houston. Bases are loaded, still nobody out. Bases loaded walk is what delivered the run and the lead to Wake. Still high, 3-2.
And Houston chokes up on the bat with 2 strikes, and this is not an easy pitch to throw.
Fans on their feet here in Winston-Salem. And Abraham. Yeah. All right, here we go. A payoff pitch on his first pitch out of the bullpen.
Struck him out. 1 away.
And it's a ball, but it's a great pitch. Goes with a breaking ball and gets his strikeout off speed. Outstanding job.
Wow, what a pitch. I'm not sure he could have thrown a better pitch, Larry, than that.
No. And, you know, you've got to protect the strike zone.
Your sneezes come in 4, 3 or 4.
2s. They come in 2s.
Here's Tellier. 2 big RBIs tonight. That's low, ball 1. He has struck out twice, singled and doubled, driven in 2.
Let's take a look at the defense around the infield. Smith even at third, double play depth up the middle. Look where Cantu is, right? First baseline, and in the outfield they're around towards left. Anything down the first baseline is 3.
There's a strike. Had some pop on it as well, 1-1.
Yeah, 93.
What else could we see tonight? One ball, 2 strikes to Adam Tellier with 1 out here in the 8th inning. Wake up a run, leading for the first time in this game. Bases loaded walk. The difference right now.
Boy, the confidence that you've got in your catcher to throw that pitch in that situation. Know that you want to bounce it, you want to throw it out of the strike zone. What a nice job. Good pitch by Oxford. Great job by West.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Checked his swing, did not go. Trevor Henson down at first immediately said no. So we got another full count.
This is drama. This is baseball.
Yeah, it's fun. Tellier just does stay alive. Just got a piece.
How do you equate the foul ball to a delay in any other game? And look who's on deck.
He could be next. Yeah. course, the Noles hoping for a double play of some kind. They'll have to face him. Payoff pitch, hit to center. Likely score another run. Williams over there running to make the catch. Tagging from third, Nelson. With Wake's 5th run, and the Deacon lead is now 2 with 2 outs here in the 8th inning.
Yeah, nice job by Tellier to stick with it, to get that ball deep into the outfield and pick up another run. And now you've got Kurtz.
Well, Salvino stayed put at second base, Morales at first, and now Nick Kurtz, who hit it hard in the 7th for a double.
I believe that Kurtz and Reinisch are the only former teammates of Brennan Oxford.
Lefty here by the former mates. That is drifting into the seats, in all likelihood it is. West gave it a look. Kurt slapped his double down the left field line in the 7th inning. See his average with runners in scoring position this season, shy of 360. Tie, ball 1.
Just about the same fastball he struck out on the last time.
By the way, if you want to look ahead to the Florida State 9, the meat of the order, 3, 4, and 5.
Let's look ahead.
Coming up.
They will not go quietly into the night.
No. Thankfully, the screen there.
Yeah, into the net with quite a bit of firmness over there.
1 ball, 2 strikes. One of the more dangerous hitters in the country, especially over the last month. Blocked at the plate by West. 2-2.
It's been a terrific college baseball game.
3 hours on the dot.
Time does not matter in a game like this.
Nope.
I think his heart was really in trying to make a 100% effort throw right there.
Salvino at second, Morales at first. 2 runs in. Wake in front now, 5-3. Full count with Nick Kurtz on deck. Correction, Winay on deck. And Kurtz looking for one to hit somewhere. Struck him out. That was a big pitch by Oxford, but Deacons get a couple, take the lead. We go to the 9th in Winston. Wake Forest 5, Florida State 3. FSU lefty-lefty matchup here. And he is hit. First pitch hits him.
By a lot. I mean, it didn't just graze him. It was middle of the body. Just a pitch that totally got away. And Tom Walter, who was hoping the left-hander could get the left-hander out, is out of the dugout very quickly. And I'm sure Cole Rowland is down in the bullpen for
base hit back in the first inning. That is pulled hard and foul. was hit in the 5th. His single again came in the 1st. He has also struck out and reached on a fielder's choice. Nothing in 2.
There it is. I mean, that's when it's down, hitters see it. They just can't lay off it, and it runs out of the strike zone.
Got him swinging, out 1.
Well, it takes a different kind of cat to be a closer at any level.
Keep going on. Let's go, Jacob.
He's got some gyrations, doesn't he?
He's a different kind of cat.
Now Jackson West, catcher. It's outside, ball 1, or high, I'm not sure.
Outside.
Yep.
Good pitch, tough to lay off.
West drove in a run with a sacrifice fly back in the 5th inning. He struck out twice and walked. There's a strike, 1-1.
Now, Roland does have a fastball that will get into the 90s as well. You don't see it a lot just because that one particular pitch is so unhittable.
Infield at double play depth, and the Roland 1-1. That sails high on him. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah. At second base, Tellier is out on the outfield grass. It'd be in playing directly in the middle of the infield. So it'd be tough to turn a double play from there.
Go 2-8.
Outside. 3-1.
Hey, you good on? Come on. Keep going.
That's high, and he walked him. 2 on with 1 out.
Well, and now things become even more interesting.
Yeah, the tying run on base with 1 away. Here's Dinges, the DH. He drove in a run with a base hit in the 5th inning. He's lined out, struck out, flied out.
You see that big 9 home runs in the middle of that graphic.
Yeah. He was fooled there, strike 1.
Down to the rosin bag, and then the gyrations that have to be odd for a hitter.
Big cut. Talk about those 9 home runs. He had a grand slam against Louisville. Behind in the count here, though, nothing in 2. In the top of the 9th with Wake Up 5-3. Ball 1.
Look back and check the runner at second, which he doesn't do a lot. He gets into a rhythm and lets it go. That ball slipped away from him, so he immediately goes to the rosin. Still in the low 70s, temperature-wise here.
1-2 pitch. That's just fouled off.
Flipped a number up there a minute ago. 9 RBIs in the last 5 games for Dinges.
"37 runs driven in. Changed that 38 for the year after 1 tonight. That bounces, gets away from Burley, and the runners advance, so a base hit could tie the game here in the 9th inning.
Not sure exactly what happened to Tibbs down there, but he started doing the splits at third base, ended up sitting down in foul territory with his toe on the base. But now it's a horse of a different color.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Dingus, the DH. Bounces again in front of the plate, blocked by Burley, and now the count is full at 3-2.
Great job by Burley, coming cold to a ball game.
Roland's payoff pitch, fouled at the plate.
Crowd was eerily silent there, weren't they?
Too nervous.
Fans were afraid to yell or something. That was odd.
Dingus making Roland work. Still making him work.
And that time Roland, the veteran, took the pitch count down to 1 second on the clock. And in case you're wondering, there's a clock in right center field and there is a clock behind home plate. So the pitcher has the perfect view and the hitter looks the other way out towards right center.
Here we go again. Slow roller to the left side. King to first for the out. A run will score. Wake's lead now 5-4, but there are 2 outs here in the top of the 9th.
Yeah, but there's only 1 nugget left. That's the thing, that 27th out, always the hardest one from the Wake Forest perspective. You give up the run for the out, but you got the right-left matchup now.
Cantu is the hitter. A couple base hits tonight, a single and a double. After the double, he has flied out and struck out. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Now this pitch acts almost like a screwball for Roland. So from the left-hander, it's running away from him just a little bit.
That is foul, 0-2.
And now the crowd will get into it. Infield playing Cantu to pull. Houston almost behind second base. Outfield a little bit the other way.
The pinch runner, maybe?
Yep.
Trotting out there. That's Jordan Williams out there, Richard Jr. out of Odessa.
Take a weekend full of games like this, partner.
0-2 count to Cantu. Seminoles down to their last strike perhaps here. Roland, that's a bomb to right, twisting foul. Wow, that was hit hard. Shortest part of the park. He's got too much ahead of it.
Sat back on the breaking ball and got exactly what he was looking for, just a little bit out in front. Smoked it.
Cantu has 4 home runs on the year. That was merely 5. That would have given the Seminoles the lead. Now back to another 0-2 pitch here in the 9th inning. Outside, ball one.
Well, you really needed to make sure that you got that ball out. Now you want to throw something that's going to start about mid-thigh and end up out of the strike zone, preferably on the outer part of the plate so that he can't pull it.
Runner at second. Here's the 1-2. That's high. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Tried to go that way, just didn't get it down.
Come on, Cole.
Cole rolling in, trying to finish it off for the Deacs here in what has been a great baseball game. Full count again.
Yep. Threw 3 in a row that he just didn't get where he wanted to.
Faroux would be next, and he has struck out 3 times tonight and walked. Burley out to punch his pitcher in the chest 3 or 4 times.
Kind of an amateur lip reader. There was an energetic, enthusiastic piece of advice.
A little aggressive counseling out
from Jacob Burley.
Oh. I think we've seen it all tonight.
Oof.
Payoff pitch. Pulled foul into the Knoll dugout.
I started to say earlier, what other sport has something that brings everything back to the same attention spot that a foul ball does? You know? Simple little thing, a foul ball. Let's do it all again.
Struck him out. And Wake Forest wins a thriller, 5-4 here in Winston-Salem.